Hello everybody and welcome back to Silverback Salvage. So today we are working on a 2017 Discovery Sport HSE Luxury. Now you haven't seen the videos of us doing the work on this one. I'm going to hopefully get that up soon, but it had a front end knock here. I'll put a photo up of the position that the front wheel was in beforehand. But that work's all done, so we'll do the video on that. It's just had its MOT yesterday, so it needs a service. So what we're going to do today, get it up in the air, get underneath, get the oil out, give it a service. I'm also going to try and fix the parking sensor on this side so that we get the adaptive parking working properly. So first things first, let's get the bonnet up, get the oil cap off, and then we can get her in the air. Now, anybody that knows anything about these Ingenium engines, they are notorious for doing timing chains, especially if they are not well serviced and regularly serviced. So we're going to service it to the Land Rover specs just to make sure she's kept nice and fresh. So I've got oil, the filter I think I get from underneath, and then I've got an air filter as well. So hopefully everything we need to keep it running smoothly. So let's get cracking. So got it jacked up now, so next thing's next, oil drain pan under the cap. So I'm working with limited tools because the van is needing some work and all my tools are in the back of the van. Van's at the office, which is about 30 mile away. But yeah, so I'm working with limited tools. Now, there is different answers as to what size the sump plug is, 13mm or 15mm. Now, if you remember from one of my previous videos, I bought this Halfords Advanced kit, and the Halfords Advanced kit is all I've got sockets at the minute. And it had a 15, but it didn't have a 13, it had two 11s instead of the 11 and a 13. So I'm just praying this is a 15mm, because otherwise I need to take a trip down to Halfords and get them to exchange the 11mm. Anyway, let's see what happens, shall we? It's feeling to me like it's a 13, but we'll see. Spinny, spinny. Okay, so next option is, let's go see if I've got a 13mm spanner that I can get on it. So luckily I do have my ratchet spanner that's a 13. The only problem is you can't get much leverage on it, so give it a go. So we're back up on top now, and I'm pretty sure when I just stood up a second ago, I can see the oil filter under there. So let's take this engine cover off, and then we can get to that oil filter. Nope, maybe not. No, it's not fuel filter. So, still need to try and hunt the oil filter. Okay, so next problem maybe? So I found the oil filter. It is tucked down. Let's go that way. It's just there, you see. Now, the problem is, that is a, by the looks of it, 64mm 14-sided oil filter. And yeah, I don't have my 64mm cup. So, I'm going to go and try and see if I can find my old oil filter pliers in anywhere. Let's just check how tight it is. No, too tight for the hand, so I'm going to go check, see if I can find my oil filter pliers. If not, I might have to do the oil filter slightly later on. We'll just put fresh oil in, and then because it's at the top, I can change that, pre-soak the new filter, shouldn't lose too much. So let's go and have a look, see if we can find them anyway. So I couldn't find my pliers, so ended up going to Halfords on that. I'm just going to buy a new cup guess what? They only had a 70mm cup, not a 65. So we've got a new set of filter pliers. We're going to take those out. We'll see if we can crank it off with these. It's a bit tricky to get down in there. I'm just hoping with a little bit of grippage we can get in there. So let's have a look. I don't think these are going to bite on there because it needs to be sideways, but we might be right. We have to try and come. Oh, there's literally no way getting into it. Try that way. I don't get it. This says this should work on 63mm filters. That is meant to be a 64mm with a 14 flute down there. It just ain't budging. So, what we're going to try next. Right, I'm just going to show you. I've managed to get an angle where I can just get a grip on it. So I try and get that. There we go. But it's literally millimetre turns at a time until I can. There we go. Just get it loose enough that I can get it with my hand, hopefully. So let's see if I can get. Oh, it's still tight, but I'm getting a bit of movement on it. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to put the pliers back on it, I think. So I'm gonna get this cap off, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, I've persevered with my hand. I managed to get it, so we'll just take this out. Hopefully, as it's high, it might be pretty empty, but. Try and get that aircon pipe out of the way. I should be doing this with zooming out, but really be putting you on a tripod for this, but hey ho. There we go. So oil filter out. The good news is don't see anything too shiny on the inside there. So anyway, we'll just rest that there a second. I'll go get the new oil filter out, put a new seal on the top just here, and then we'll get that one back in there. Right, so I've got the tripod set back up now. So yeah, cross and oil filter. Should come with a new oil filter, yeah. New oil filter. A new seal. So, by the way, here, I found some gloves hiding in the back of the car. Don't know why I didn't put them on sooner. But anyway, let's go get a pick, get that seal off, get the oil filter off, chuck that back in the box, and then we'll put it back in. So first things first, we will take that one off out of there. Oh, oil everywhere. So then we've got to take off this old seal. So we get that off. Oh, it's just gone in the worst possible place it could ever done. Can we hook it? It's like playing fishing at the fair. Yeah, we can. So there's the other one out. Going to take a dip of the oil out of here and just run that around that seal just so it's lubed. A little bit more. And we'll chuck that on there where it's meant to go. Then don't look like I have a little locating pin, so that's in there, and we'll get that back inside. So we'll get that hand tight and then we'll nip it up with the with the pliers now. So I've just nipped that up, just as tight as I can get it with the pliers, without putting too much stress on it. It's only meant to be about 25 newton meters of torque, so it shouldn't be too hefty. But what I'm going to do now, I've got the first 5 litres of oil. I actually bought 10. Internet everywhere says 5 litres, but I've got some extra just in case. So I'm going to put the first 5 litres in, everything's tightened up underneath. And then we'll get onto the air filter in a second. So it recommends Castrol, but I've gone with Shell Helix Ultra 0W30, and it's obviously the Jaguar Land Rover spec. So yeah, we'll get the first 5 litres in, give it a minute, and then we'll just see what it looks like on the old sticker dip. And then we'll go from there. Can we get a perfect pour without a funnel? Unlikely. No, there we go, everywhere. Oh my gosh, gone everywhere. Let's try the side. There we go. Right, so that's 5 litres in. Apart from what I spill around here anyway. Just absorb some of that up. So we'll put that cap back on for a minute. We'll have to get it down in a second anyway, but let's just wipe this off, see what's reading, because the front end will be high at the moment. So let's take this off and see what we're looking at for now. It's on there, there's not much on there. So I'm just going to go and check the literage specs again, just to see what they come back with. So I've done some more digging online, and this is why you check before you go with it. It's 6.5 litres. Now, a lot of places still saying 5, but you know, it just didn't seem like a lot for a 2 litre TDI engine. So like I say, I did buy 10 litres anyway. So I've got another here. I'm going to put 6 in for now, and then I'll run the engine up, check the dipstick, and then I'll just keep topping it up to make sure it's on the max level after that. So I'm just going to put another litre in now. I need to go and get a jug to measure that out, and then yeah, we'll drop her down, because it doesn't need to be on jacks anymore because I've finished underneath. So we'll drop her down. Under tray's not here, that's sat in the back of the van, it's at the office. So yeah, once it's warmed up, we'll reset the service. I was a donut, still got to do the air filter. So we're going to do the air filter quickly. I've just put the engine pump back on, so yeah, we'll do the air filter quickly once it's dropped down, and then we'll start it up. So we've got 5 poly drive screws that we've got undo. There's 5 down. 1 down there, 1 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 poly drive sticks. They all might need a little bit more for that, but I'm hoping they capture ones. Otherwise that one at the bottom's going to be a real pig to... Maybe that's just all we get. So as long as we can get that's definitely loosey goosey. Yeah, I'd say that was definitely due. clean. That is full of debris, all of that. So yeah, we'll get in there, clean the bottom of the airbox out as well, but that's just like absolutely full of debris. Oh, somebody else has been in there before. Look, we've got some leftover bolts in the airbox, nuts, all well, fitting captures in the airbox there. Got two heads in there now. That's most of the big stuff out. So anyway, again, new crosslink filter. Yeah, same shape as the old one. So that's the air filter all in now anyway. So just going to give it a quick wipe over the top, give the engine a quick run, and then check the oil. Once that's done, we can reset the service light. Always the moment of truth. Never know if it's going to sound like a rough tractor when you start it, but here we go. No, it sounds alright. Gonna let that run for a couple of minutes. And then I'll check the oil, and then I will either, well, I'm going to see how you reset the service light. I've never done one of these, so I'll see how you reset the service light. If I need to do it with a plug-in, we'll see if we can do it with the top done. If not, we'll do it with the auto. And if I can't, well, I might be able to just do it in the console, so we'll have a look in a second anyway. Right, so I'm just going to check the oil. Again, I'm trying to do this one-handed because I couldn't get a good shot view of my tripod. So yeah, there you go. So not quite on the max line, right below the max line, which is perfect. There we go. One Land Rover Discovery Sport HSE luxury service completed. I'm not going to do the parking sensor for now because I need to do some research. I've cut one off of another bumper I've got. The colours are different, so I need to work out the wiring diagram to work out which one goes to which on which, so that I can make sure the parking sensors work. They're the same parking sensors, just the wires are different, so who knows. So yeah, but that's it for now. We should have a new car come to the channel, and obviously the rebuild of this one will be coming. Now, this was meant to be the second car of the 5k to supercar challenge, where we buy and flip them. And if I tell you, I only paid £6 for this. I'm in it seven now, probably 7.5 by the time I did it, if I did everything. But the missus has claimed it, so the missus wants it, which means that my Tiguan over there is now going because she prefers the Discovery Sport. So she's having the Discovery Sport. I'm out of the car for the next car on the series, so that's what I need to work out. Now, I've also got to sell the Audi. That's out around the corner. Prices are a little bit weird at the minute, so I've held off, but I really need to get rid of it, so that's gonna have to go up for sale. But apart from that, we're that's it. You caught up on everything, so we'll see you next time, really, guys, and hopefully we'll have a new car for the channel. Bye bye.